Hey guys, the Kamsh here, and today I thought we would talk a little bit about the concept of card advantage and how it applies to the games. I'm going to try to go a little bit more in depth on the concept of card advantage and talk really about what it means, how it affects games, as well as when it actually doesn't matter too much. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to try to play 3 different decks here. Pretty famous decks. We're going to play Forsen's Golden Monkey Warrior, we're going to play Firebat's Midrange Druid, and then we're going to play VLPS's Combo Lock. And what we're going to try to do here is we're basically going to analyze what card advantage is doing for us in each of those games, and really why it matters. Let's go ahead and start with some Warrior here. I haven't really been able to play that much this week, actually not at all, due to some exigent circumstances, but now I'm back. It's going to be pretty sweet. So, while this is loading, let's go ahead and just mention what card advantage really is. Card advantage basically having total more cards on board and in your hand than your opponent. And why that matters is because having more cards in hand gives you more options, which is good for 2 reasons. We're going to keep like this. So, the 2 reasons that's good is because 1, you can use your mana effectively more every turn. Reynad Reynad really believes in something called stock mana theory, which comes from Magic, and which I also definitely believe in, which is the person that basically uses more mana each turn is going to win the game. And the reason that is because you're using your resources better. Like, imagine if we have 2 kings, right? And they're both... Sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a role-playing analogy. We have 2 kings, and they're both trying to hire soldiers to go to war with each other. They each have, let's say, 100 gold to do that. But one of the kings has access to more land, which is like cards. So he can spend 60 of his gold and hire... He can spend 60 of his gold and he can hire, 60 soldiers. Whereas the other king can only use 40 of his gold and so can only hire 40 soldiers. They both have the same amount of gold, which in this case is mana. Because one has more, he can use it efficiently, and obviously the 60 soldiers are going to beat the 40 soldiers. Probably just armor with an armor up here rather than Deathbite Prime. The other reason card advantage is good is because it gives you more of a chance to have a specific answer. Like, having my BGH for a Dr. Boom is so much better than, like, killing with Deathbite and minion damage. So those are 2 reasons basically why card advantage is important in a game. So here basically the way this deck works is that we want to we don't have a lot of cards, so we have a lot of answers to everything our opponent is doing. And then we want to filter through our deck as fast as possible in order to find Elise, since that's our win condition. So that's the 2 reasons why card advantage is important in this deck. So here we could probably Despite to draw more cards. I actually will do that because he might play a Belcher or something like that. Or he might coin a Shield Maiden or a Thorson, and we want to be able to just play Justicar next turn because armor is really important in this matchup. Anyways, yeah, he has more cards in his hand than us right now, so we want to draw off this Acolyte, because whoever has more answers and more threats in this matchup is going to win. He might be playing, it looks like he's playing a pretty standard controller warrior list, definitely not Monkey, since, or I guess it still could be, could also be, we could draw an extra card here, which is important, but I'd rather use our mana more efficiently here and probably just play the Justicar, since that gives us a stronger hero power for the rest of the game. And while card advantage is always important, a lot of the time it's better to play to board the tempo rather than drawing cards. And here card advantage actually only matters for the purpose of having better answers, because we both only have so much mana, so we're only spending that much a turn. Like, in the end game, it's a lot worse for your opponent to have more cards than you than in the beginning. So here, we don't have a whirlwind effect, which is pretty annoying against this, so we can just do something like start clearing things with our axe, getting lots of armor. And we probably don't want to play this yet because we want to draw more than 1 card with this. We'll wait for like a Revenge or something, or a Whirlwind. And also, card advantage, we were just talking about the hand so far. We can also talk about things like 2-for-1s. For example, BGH can be called a 2-for-1 because it gives you 2 things. It gives you a 4-2 on the board, and it kills something. So you're getting 2 of your opponent's, not really 2, you're killing your opponent's cards and making a threat yourself for the price of 1, which is pretty relevant. So here we can Shield Maiden, make him pop this, and then hopefully have a good Acolyte. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So for example, weapons tend to be 2-for-1s because he's killing 2 of my creatures with the 1 weapon. So he's doing this, we can Shield Slam whatever he plays, maybe it's like a Rag or something. Alex Straza? Oh, interesting. So he's playing a pretty standard Control Warrior list. Well, there's Elise, so we want to play Elise this turn, so we might skip tanking up, but basically we want to... We definitely want to Shield Slam this, because we might not have armor later, so we want to use the BGH on like Dr. Boom. We want to play Elise. I think here I'm actually going to go for Acolyte of Pain over tanking up.
Let the pain speak to me.
There's this War Axe, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but you know he was pretty likely to have it. We're only going to draw 1 card of this, so it's basically free. It doesn't give any card advantage, nor does it. Doesn't really cost us a card. It only costs us 3 mana, and then we draw the card. There's another Acolyte from him. We'll just have an Axe take care of that. Let's go ahead and draw a card. We want to dig for the map. Oh, there's the map. Monkey? Oh my god. Maybe we just go in. We do have a lot of cards in our hand. These are pretty good answers though, but yeah, whatever. We have a lot of mana. Let's just go for it. Pretty risky. Ooh. These are pretty good. The important thing before monkeying this deck is just to tank up. We don't really have good removal now, although Edric just takes care of a lot of threats. But we do have a lot of threats now, and hopefully our goal is for our threats to overpower his removal. And his threats. Because he only has so many like conditional removal spells. He's gonna Shield Slam this.
I can take the hit.
Shield Maid. We're probably gonna wait on the Edric. We might just like Ronin and tank up next turn. Could also go. Ooh, now I'm just gonna Ice Howl. Because that. See, this is gonna be a 2-for-1 because it's gonna kill his creature, and then he's gonna have to use a removal spell for it. And a lot of legendaries like Dr. Boom. It's not really a 3-for-1 because here's another card advantage concept. Some cards count as less cards. Like Armor Smith here, if he draws it, does not really count. There's the Armor Smith. Doesn't really count as a full card because it's pretty easy for us to kill it. Wow, that's really good. We're just gonna go Ronin here and tank up, and then we can like Malagos, Arcane Missiles, especially to draw Thorson. Yeah, but basically, like this is fine. Like this is probably a full card. This is probably more than a card because it gives us more cards when it dies. But the Arcane Missiles aren't a full card, so this isn't like a 4-for-1. This is more like a. Oh, he's just hitting face. It's pretty bold. Doesn't have a removal spell. That's good. Ooh, Trogzor. Probably just gonna go Harrison this and tank up though. It's more mana efficient. We can play Trogzor next turn. So he doesn't have like conditional removal. Okay, let's play Fiola. Tank up. Let's just kill a Shield Maiden. He's still gonna have to use something to kill this, so it's like a good trade. Trades are another example. Like if you trade a minion that lives, that's you're creating card advantage or generating it. Anyway, Dr. Boom, another Ice Howl. Oh my god, that's busted. So as I was saying, Dr. Boom, he might brawl here, but that's fine because we get the missiles. Dr. Boom isn't fully a 3-for-1, but the reason the card is so good is because it's more than just 1 card, right? It's more than just the 7/7 makes 2 boom bots, which often make up for you getting 2-for-1 by their BGH. This deck is actually really fun to play. I might play some ladder games with this. I was just trying to illustrate it because it plays a lot more card draw than normal control warrior decks, like double shield block, double acolyte, but actually pretty sweet. Guess we just keep clearing with this, and now we can play out the Malagos so that when this we can like try to kill this and then just kill him with Arcane Missiles. He's like playing on even though he's probably lost. Like he's just hoping to draw a brawl, so we might as well give him the ending he deserves. Oh, he does have the brawl. He's just slow rolling it. That's fine though. We still have so many legendaries. Like I really doubt we lose this game. Like we just have so many more cards than him. What survived? Oh wow, the worst one. Feels bad. So bad I'm coughing. Leroy Arcane Missiles? No, we probably just want to go Trogzor Armor Up. Okay, so let's hit this first. Let's use an Arcane Missiles to clear it just so we have a clean board and you can't like easily deal with the Trogzor. Now let's Trogzor tank up. We have Leroy. Leroy's a pseudo removal spell. We have this still. We can play out like Toshly and Foe Reaper and makes the.
Welcome to the grand.
Oh no, not just a card. Probably just trade this actually. Like I don't really care that much about it. Double Toshly. I don't even know if I'm making the right plays here, but Toshly, for example, is like 1.5 of a card because the 2 spare parts are each like a quarter or like maybe half a card. So we're gonna trade here. I'll just play Foe Reaper, tank up. But yeah, basically the reason the monkey gave us card advantage is because it made most of our cards worth a card. Like all these legendaries are worth 1 or more cards, figuratively speaking, whereas like armistice and stuff aren't worth a card. All right, that was a pretty sweet game. Let's move on to talking about how card advantage works in Druid, and finally we'll end with Warlock because Warlock can tap obviously, so card advantage is deeply ingrained, probably the most complicated one.